Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for today's episode, and thank you to everyone who's been sending me examples of their work as well. I've seen so many fantastic examples, and today we're going to explore some of them that have been sent to me as we look through this week's writing task, Macbeth, Fact versus Fiction. So, what is this week's writing task? Well, basically, now that we've finished the story of Macbeth, what you're going to do is you're going to do a short piece of writing which compares the facts of the real-life historical figure, Macbeth, and the events as portrayed in Shakespeare's play. So you're going to answer questions such as, were there really witches? Did Lady Macbeth really exist? How did Macbeth kill Duncan? And all sorts of questions like that. Now, because this is a non-fiction piece of writing, your style of writing and the features that you use should reflect that. So all of these pieces should begin with an introduction which introduces you to the whole idea of what this information text is going to be about. Think about the non-fiction text that we wrote about vampires back when we did Grisham Grange. Other features that you will have will include subheadings. If you want to, you can do it in bullet point form. Also, maybe a fun fact box might be an idea, and also some illustrations if you want to be able to grab your reader's attention. So, first things first, I'm going to go through a couple of examples of some fantastic work that's already been sent to me. So here we can see Heather's. Now she's chosen to do hers on paper on a display, and she's also chosen to do various sections with bullet point facts, including a fun fact section here, and she's labelled each section with subheadings as well. She's also included two examples of pictures. These are two very good examples because they're contrasting. Here we have a picture of Macbeth from the film, so it's fiction, and here we have a drawing, a later historical drawing of the real King Macbeth. So this is an excellent example because they contrast so well. And here we have Owen's non-chronological report that he sent me, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to read you his introduction because it's a great example of an introduction. So, Macbeth is known by many as a main character in one of Shakespeare's plays. He is shown as a cowardly character who in the end gives in to paranoia. The real Macbeth is very different, and this report will illuminate some of the similarities and differences between fact and fiction. Now, there are many reasons that I quite like this. Number one, it tells you exactly how Macbeth is, what Macbeth is most famous for being the main character in one of Shakespeare's play. And congratulations to Owen for the apostrophe S for possession to show that the play belonged to Shakespeare. There's also a fabulous example of alliteration, the cowardly character, the relative clause, who in the end gives in to paranoia, and finally this last sentence here where we have the repetition of two pairs, similarities and differences between fact and fiction. So similarities and differences, fact and fiction. This makes his sentence flow really well into his first section. And finally, I wanted to show you an example of a PowerPoint that I was sent by Jess. Jess worked really hard on this, and she's used PowerPoint to great effect, not only through very cool slide transitions, which I know she would have enjoyed doing, but also in the way that she's laid it out. She has got, again, just like Heather, contrasting pictures on each slide, where you've got a drawing of the historical man, and then also this comparison with the fiction as well. She's also including some fantastic subheadings, and then some great paragraphs as well, including facts, and then comparing these with events from the story themselves. So that's another excellent example, really what we're looking for in this writing task. And I think you'll all agree there were some really fantastic examples there. Thank you for sending those to me, and please continue to do so at Mr. Priestley at bisley.surrey.sch.uk. Now, I'm going to show you how to write your own introduction as I write my own, so hopefully you guys can get some ideas, you can get the ball rolling on writing this piece. So now I'm just going to briefly go through writing an introduction and then getting into my first section as well, so that we can model what really good ones look like. So I'm personally going to start with a quote from one of my favourite quotes from the play, by the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes, is one of the most famous quotes from one of the most famous plays of all time, William Shakespeare's Macbeth. Macbeth is famous. Now I've already said famous. Macbeth is well known as the cruel, ambitious noble who slaughtered his own king to grab the throne for himself. I think I'm going to put a full stop, and then I'm going to do something I tell you guys never to do. I'm going to start a sentence with but. Ooh, but who was the real Macbeth? Read on to find out more about the medieval Scottish. Oh, Scottish should have a capital S because it is a country. Scottish. More about the medieval Scottish king, and I think that will do well. So I hope this video has been useful for you in terms of visualising what it is you need to do for this writing task. If you have any questions or you finished your piece of work and want to send it to me for some feedback, then please by all means email me. The link to the Bisley Home Learning Hub is below as well. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you're all staying positive. Take care. Love you all. And remember, eagles, keep soaring.